All right, guys. So today we were looking at dividing fractions. So we started with our bell work and just drawing out models. And we're going to go ahead and just skip that. Just go ahead and go to this bottom piece where we were talking about the dividend and then the divisor. Okay, so dividend would go right here. Now let me see if I can mess with this a little bit. Divisor. So again, we took notes on this already. So, but it's good to just kind of have a little review. Remember that our dividend. Dividend. Again, I'm not the best with my handwriting, but hopefully you guys get my drift. Divisor always goes on the outside, right? Again, if you have, for example, you have a 6, and then this will be your 2. So if you do standard algorithm way where it looks like this, it would look something like this with your 6 first, and then the divisor on the right side. If you do a fraction, it would look something like this, where the dividend is on the top, and then the divisor is at the bottom. Okay, so that's important now because we're looking at models and we need to know what our dividend is. Okay, and our dividend is normally like what we have. That's why I was mentioning, look for that keyword. Usually they'll say this person has 4 pizzas, or this person has half of a cake or something like that, right? So you'll always see kind of it worded that way. So let's go ahead and keep going to the examples. Now here in this example, again, it is in Spanish. If you've seen some of the other videos, you'll see that this is straight from class. I'm just kind of going over this example again, but in English. So it says, suppose that we're organizing games for an event for field day, and it lasts 4 hours. Okay, so we are looking for something. Or sorry, hold on. Let me erase all this. We have 4 hours, and our 4 hours are here. Okay, now they're saying that each event is going to last 2/3 of an hour. Okay, that's what we have this right here. So 2/3 of an hour. Okay, well, we have 4 hours. How many events can we program within those 4 hours? Okay, well, then that's simple. So we have 4 hours. Again, how much time do we have? Notice that keyword right there, just have. We have 4 hours. Again, that's our dividend. And we're going to divide it by the 2/3. Okay. Now, we can, again, use the KFC method. Okay, key flip change. I know some people call it KCF. It's the exact same thing. It's just, to me, KFC helps me remember it. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep mine. But we turn our 4 into a fraction, so 4/1. So let me slow down right here. My 4 turns into 4/1. So hopefully nobody's confused about that. We've been talking about that even with when we multiply fractions. Okay, now I'm just rewriting everything. I haven't even started using KFC. I'm just rewriting everything. I'm rewriting the 4 so it looks like a fraction. So divided by 2/3, right? That's what I got right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the KFC. So keep the first one. I'm going to flip the second one. So 3 and then a 2. And then I'm going to change the sign. 3 times 4 is 12. And then 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, so notice how we have how our numerator is bigger than our denominator. And remember, the top number is our dividend. So we'll write 12, and then we'll do the 2, which is our divisor on the outside. How many times can 2 go into 12? Well, that'll be 6. So 12, and then we get to 0. So 6. So I know my answer is 6. I know we can plan 6 events because that's what for field day. That's what they're asking. I can do 6 events, but I want to look at the model and I want to make sure that the models match up. So how does that look like? Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and split these up into thirds because this is the number that I have, okay? So regardless of the number you have here, because that's just your whole, that's your dividend, I have to divide this into thirds, okay? I'll go ahead and divide this into thirds. Okay, that's it. Now, I know that each one of these is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, and all the way. Let me finish this up. All right, I'm back. So all of these are 1/3, and hopefully we can agree on that. I just split them up into thirds. Now, I have to divide them up into 2/3. So all I'm going to do is circle where I see 2/3. 2/3 right there, 2/3 right here, 2/3 right here, 2/3 right here, 2/3 right here, and then 2/3 right here. Now, how many do I have? I got 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Look at that. That's our answer. That's right up here. Okay. All right, let's look at another example. Alrighty, guys, so let's go ahead and look at this example. So this one says there is 10 yards, okay? And then each piece is 2/5 of a yard. How many pieces can they cut? So all I did, just to save us some time, was draw a big square like this. And then I split it up into 10 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. Okay, so that'll be tenths. And then I divided those into fifths. So all I did was kind of like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Kind of like that. And then I just circled where 2/5 were. So 2/5 here, 2/5 here, all the way down the line. And I've counted them, and I got 25. Now up here, I'm doing the KCF, and I've already changed my whole number, my 10, into a fraction, because that's what I have. I have 10 yards, and then I divide that by 2/5. Well, I keep the first one, flip the second one, so 5 is now on the top, and then multiply 50, and then divide that by 2. Or again, remember, when the number is on top, that switches over to 50 divided by 2. Okay, this will be 25. So 25 is our answer. Okay, guys. Alrighty. I will do one more example with you guys. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, guys, so let's look at this next example. It says una pizzeria, just a pizzeria has 6 whole pizzas. So again, tiene, which means has. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 pizzas, and they're dividing each of them into 4. You'll see that? Now they just want to know how many slices. So they were cutting into slices of 1/4 of the pizza. How many slices? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 slices would be your total. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and let you finish those last problems by yourself. And I will see you in the next one.